My name is Jaroslav Plert. I'm from Czech Technical University, and I will lead the work package 2, which is monitoring and control of health and quality risks. Next slide, please. No, yeah, that one. This work package is divided into 3 sub-work packages. It's tools for monitoring and control health and quality risks. This will be development of a procedure for monitoring and control of those risks, and those data from the monitoring will go into the database. I will explain the database deeply because I think it's very important, and I also had several tasks about this database, how it will work. This database will collect data from demonstration from case studies. It is Sicily, Ghana, Hamars, from Czech Republic, from Prague and Amsterdam, and it will prepare the contribution to roadmap output for the project. Next slide, please. We have 3 main deliverables. First deliverable is legislative background. This is very, very important because without legislative background, we don't have reusing of each technology, because it is very important to support and guide these recycling technologies. Each recycling technologies and legislative is very dependent on a national law. But now, from 25th of May, we have new regulation for minimum requirements for water reuse, and this I think will be one of the main beginning for this legislative guidelines. If we will have legislative guidelines, it has to respect the outputs from reusing technologies, and this will be collected in a database which will collect all the data from case studies. I will explain this database deeply in this presentation, so you will understand how it will work. And from the database and relations in database, we will have a recommendation for the technology for water and soil recycle according to quality and usage needs. This will be the result of this database. Next slide, please. Input for the database will be from work package 1 from the case studies. I will mention those case studies. It's a reuse of wastewater for irrigation and production of slow release fertilizers in agriculture industry. It will be in Sicily, Italy. Second will be reuse of wastewater for urban agriculture and production of biochar from wastewater sludge for fuel from Ghana. Next will be fertilizer and soil improver by waste and wastewater resource recovery in Hamar and Stavanger in Norway. Mainly, I will collaborate with reuse of wastewater for greening the urban areas in Prague, in Czech Republic. We will see the presentation about this case later today, so you will know more deeply how it looks like. And new biocomposite material and prototype production from water embedded resources will be in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Next slide, please. So now we will go into database system. I will explain it more deeply because I think it's something new, and I hope it will be very, very valuable for not only for work package 2 but for all work packages. On one side, we have recycling technology. This can be for water, recycling technology for soil, for sludge, for anything. And we have demands for cost and space, for capacity and quality. This is on one side, it's the recycling technology. On the other side, we have quality needs database. It means what we need to receive. It's a law standards, which I already mentioned, different usage purposes, and also human standards, what we need from those recycling technologies. And in the middle, it's a procedure of the database. It means it's measuring, it's a recipient influence, so how it will influence the recipient. It will be measuring online, measuring on plant and soil quality, capacity of recipient, and it can be time-dependent deposition, cumulative materials. Second view is receiving recycled materials, so it is what kind of materials will we use. It's also will be based on measuring and emission approaches. And third is human influence. It's risk kinds for humans, and also the contact kind, if it is touch or eat or breath or just visual. So it is the human influence. All those influences will, if we will know the relations between those influences, then we will be able to say what recycling technology we will need, for which quality need we will need it. Next, please. And this is the itself data processing from the case studies to the output. On one side, we have data transfer, so it means the case studies, they will send some data, measured data, pictures, whatever, into the server. And then inside server, which will be, this server will be in Prague, in Czech Technical University. I already prepared it. We will have those measured data, and database system will evaluate those data automatically and store it in database server. Database server, it's just several databases. It's a stored data, technology database, risk database, or other databases. It's just numbers or pictures or just the pure data. And those pure data will go into relations. It means what is dependent on what. It means what kind of risks we have, what is the impact of those risks. So it is those relations between data. And as output, it will be everything inside the server. As output will be web pages where you will see actual charts and pictures of of all case studies. From this, you will see risk evaluation, and you can have outputs for other web packages if we will need it, or I hope they will need it. Okay, next slide, please. First, because we haven't had a meeting for web package 2, I will meet the web package 1, each case studies, and I have to find what is the possibilities for data transfer, what type of recycling technology, list of measured data, impact of measured data. Each measured data has to have some kind of impact, and from this I can create the relation between data. And then I know how the data can be transferred into the server. The most important is the measurement, technology evaluation, and impact of those measurements. And what I see it will be new thing in this project is CCTV camera observing of the field. It means I want each cases to have a camera we can have an online view, or we can have time lapse how the plants are growing or not growing, so we can have an observing of the quality of the growth. Also, we can see the influence of the recycling technology into those plants, and it will be very good for presentation where we can have, for example, time lapse and chart with some data like irrigation, fertilizing, and we can see the impact of those things. Next slide, please. The data, I will go quickly into this. Data will be in a standard format. It's just text file with CSV, comma-separated value. Data from cameras will be as a JPEG, and just naming of the files will be according to probes. And every measuring, every data has to have certain time, so we have to synchronize the time. It is year, month, day, hour, minute, and second. Next slide, please. Data transfer type, it can be transferred into our server in Czech Technical University through several transport protocols, SMB, network file system, FTP, file transfer protocol, or other types. It will be according to possibilities of each case studies. Each case study will have a separate folder, and you can transport it online or offline. It is according to type of measuring. Next slide, please. And if we have the data transferred into the server, we can do something with it. Here we have each databases where we have measured data, CCTV, recycling technology, recycled materials, recipient influence, human influence, quality needs, maybe other databases. And this is just this pure data. What is the most important is the relations. It means what kind of impact has something into, for example, quality needs, or what kind of impact has this kind of recycling technology. Everything, it will be inside the server, so it will be done automatically. Next slide, please. And the output will be dependency chart. So this is the relations. It will be used technology, impact of the technology, possibility, time observing, video. We can have a time lapse with dependency and impact, and recommended recycling technology according to needs. It will be laws, social, and other local recommendation. Next slide, please. This picture is from a proposal, and it says how the database from WP2 will go into other WP packages, and how we will use the data and results. This is for future communication, how we will help from the database into other WP packages to use it and profitize from this database.